questions from you guys on Facebook. Here's Joyce, our garden expert, to answer those questions for you.
Yes, they are perennials. That means they will come back next year. Now, a little bit of the problem with that is because if people plant them too late in the fall, when the ground is starting to get hard, they're not going to get their roots established, so they're not going to come back as easily as if you planted them in the early spring. But yes, they will come back if they're properly taken care of during the fall months and into the winter months. Absolutely, and depending on the pot size, kind of goes with how much water you need to put on them. You cannot leave them in a pot for the winter months. So during the winter months, you've got to, before the ground freezes, you've got to get them taken out of the pots and put into the ground, because the pots will freeze and thaw and freeze and thaw, and that's what kills out your perennial. You know, that kind of goes in conjunction with any perennial that you buy. You know, a lot of people like to plant everything in pots, but that's fine, but you do have to get it in the ground before the ground freezes for the winter. The best kind of soil to use is a well-drained soil with some fertilizer in it. They don't need a lot of fertilizer because they've already got their growing season established. Just know that on a hot sunny day like you can see is out here today, you're going to have to water them every day. But if they were planted in the ground with a lot of mulch on them, you may not have to water them every day. Don't ever let them go bone dry in between waterings. You're going to have all the foliage wilt, and they will not come back out of it usually. A lot of people like to cut them back all the way to the ground for the winter. Don't do that. Just take all your old blooms off, prune some of the branches back a little bit, but not much. What you want to do is cover them with probably 6 to 8 inches of good mulch, or 8 to 12 inches of leaves. What that does is gives them a protective blanket for the winter months, so that they will come back again next year, and with that freezing and thawing, it's not going to kill them out. So don't prune them back until they start coming up in the spring. You'll see the green growth start coming. Then you can go ahead and take all the dead off, and then again you're going to see all these little blooms like you see here. You're going to have to keep all those pinched off until July 1st to the 15th in order to get it to bloom in the fall. They'll bloom early, but you don't want them to bloom early. You want to keep those pinched off.